Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Grow by Joe. I'm here again with my good friend, Kris Krohn. Kris, thanks for joining us.
Hey, appreciate it, Joe, man. Thanks, guys.
And we're going to talk today about number one secret in business, and that secret is the power of partnerships.
This is actually big because I don't know if I would have a business without this one secret, so I think it's more than a small deal.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
And, I guess it would be really great to share, what you mean exactly by that. And if you guys don't know Kris, you definitely check him out in his YouTube channel, Kris Krohn, and you can find out more about Kris. And he's built literally a real estate empire and has done hundreds of $1 million in deals, thousands of properties now.
Yes.
And there was a point where you were rocking and rolling, you were proving out an ROI.
Yes.
And you were really gaining traction.
Yeah.
And then there was a point where, financing, was keeping you from making more money.
Yeah.
And then that's, I think, where the whole partnership thing kind of clicked for you.
It's so true. I mean, I basically, if you want to buy single family real estate, the banks will only lend you so much. And the moment I hit that end of the tracks, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm dead in the water. This was working so well and I can't do anything. And it's kind of interesting. My father-in-law, that we were just kind of starting to get to know each other and build a relationship. All I knew is, my guess was he probably thinks I'm kooky with all this real estate stuff because he didn't get it. He's more corporate mindset. But I remember that right when I had this deal that I wanted to buy and I couldn't, that he called me up and he said, how are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing good, Matt. How are you? And he said, well, tell me about this real estate. And I actually started breaking down what I had been doing, my ROIs. And he's like, wow, that's amazing. What are you doing right now? And I was like, well, there's this deal I want to do, but I don't have the money for it, so I'm just going to let it go. He said, what if I put up the money and we'd be partners 50-50? And I'm like,
very cool.
Yeah, it was super, very cool. I wanted to play it off cool, but I was like, yes. Yeah. So we did this deal, it worked, made money, and then he kept on funding deals. And, after we had bought almost like 10 properties together, I'm like,
wow, that's amazing.
How do I do that again? Because he then hit the wall. I hit the wall, he hit the wall, and I'm like, wait a second. There's more partners out there.
Yeah.
And so partners became a thing for me where I started finding people, and now I have partners all over the world. Partners really have the ability to be that resource to keep you from having limits.
And that's really, there's a key takeaway here that I want you guys to really understand and take away. So many people hit like their ceiling in their business, whether it's real estate or it can be any business. You hit the ceiling because of cash flow or money. And what I love is what you did is you didn't focus on that.
Yeah.
You focused on the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then figured out how to keep that going. And at the time, your father-in-law popped in.
Yeah.
And that was great. But then there was a ceiling that was hit with him.
Yes.
And instead of, most people would stop and do nothing. But you said, hey, hold on, there's opportunity here. Yeah. How to go out and find that and keep it going. And it got you on the hunt, for more partners.
Yeah, and I think with my father-in-law, I felt like I was lucky.
Yep.
But then when I realized that this can be designed and engineered, that changed the game. And that's what's led, frankly, from doing dozens of deals to now thousands of deals is the fact that money is a really important part of business, but it doesn't have to be your money. And partners can be there to supply money. Partners can be there to put in time or talents. Basically, any resource that you need that you're missing, what you really need is not the resource itself. You need a partner that possesses the resource.
If you're watching this video and you're not in the real estate business or you don't really want to partner with somebody else, there's a lot of different forms of partnerships, and I think people really overlook this and kind of, discredit it or don't truly value it. So, for instance, if you're a restaurant owner, you could partner with different venues, whether it's, schools or event venues, and do big catering, jobs.
Yeah.
If you're a doctor, you can partner with other doctors and specialists and refer business back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't think about merging ecosystems and forming those partnerships. They're really valuable, they're really strong, and it's a really great way to really drive and scale your business. And a lot of times you can do it without having to lay out a ton of money or throw money at marketing that maybe you just really don't understand.
Yeah, I totally agree. I look today at the volume of business I'm doing, and I have some of my partners are banks that provide money for me. I know you guys know a thing or two about that.
Small.
But some of my partners are people that are putting up their credit to make deals happen. Other people are partners that are actually finding the deals for me. And I think too often in society, we kind of have this lone wolf mentality that says, I have to go it alone. And the reality is that if you require yourself to wear too many hats, they get so heavy, they can weigh you down, that can actually break your business. So instead, it's like realizing, wait, where's my A game? And then when do I need other people to step in? And if you can find the happy medium by getting the right kind of partners to the table, you doing your part, you can put a magic recipe together for tremendous success.
And I think now you're putting massive focus on partnerships. Correct me if I'm wrong, but someone who's really looking to get into the real estate, into the real estate game and the real estate business, they can partner with you, and your team really helps and does a big part of that work. So you can avoid probably a lot of the mistakes that you unfortunately had to learn on your own in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, we're providing that as a service to people now. A lot of people haven't figured out how to scale the single family space. And we've gone into a very specific real estate strategy. And you're right, now I've got partners coming from all over the world that say, hey, I've got these assets, you know how to invest successfully, let's team up. And those partnerships form on a weekly basis right now.
So Kris, what would you say to someone that is, maybe struggling in business and might be in need of, partnerships?
I think I'd have them evaluate if there's a reason why they don't have partners yet. And, because there's different reasons. There might be fear that comes up. There might have been bad experience with bad partners. It could be fear of giving up too much of the business if they feel like they need to do it that way. What I would say is there's always a way to bring in a partner as an extra resource and find some way to compensate them that can work for you and them. And I would be looking for what that win is and just be thinking, just like you've been living your entire life, someone's been living their entire life and is set up in a manner where they could just come in perfectly together with you and help make so much more happen. I find in partnering that 1 + 1 = 11.
Yeah.
Not 2.
Yeah.
It's so much more. And so open yourself up to that possibility of make a list maybe of what are you missing? What do you need? What kind of partners would be useful? Do you need money? Then you might need banks or money partners. If you need certain talent resources, make a list of what those things are and then just ask, how can I find partners to help augment what's missing in my business so you can get the resources that you need?
So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took value out of this video. If you'd like to learn more about Kris Krohn and how you can partner with him, if you're interested in real estate business and just not sure exactly how to take those next steps, I'm going to drop a link below in my description, and make sure that you check out Kris's channel so you can learn more about him and figure out how to become a partner with Kris. And if you'd like to learn more about my business, and if your clients are small business owners and they need financing to buy your products or services and you'd like to partner with me, check out my link below. You can connect with one of my team members, and I can help explain how we can maybe partner together and get some great business done.
Awesome.
Well, Kris, thanks, brother, for stopping in. Always good to catch up with you. Always good to see you. Always good to hear everything that you got going on.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it, man.
By.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Grow by Joe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe and drop a comment below.
See you guys.
Take care. We'll talk soon.